Yeah.
Freak out, yo!
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the second episode of the Dance Drive Season 2.
In the trophy cabinet.
Excuse me.
Wow.
14.
Move on it.
14 trophies.
We shall talk when you reach the Champions League. We shall talk when you...
Anyway.
Yeah.
We shall continue our argument.
Hi guys, how are you doing? I'm CRUSHA BORNZ, CEO KRUMP UG, fitness trainer and coach person. So about KRUMP, it's a dance-based company that deals in KRUMP mainly, but now introduced a clothing brand. You can see I'm putting on one of the t-shirts that we make, and now we went into fitness too. So
this week's topic is benefits of anger management and self-discipline to a dancer in the entertainment industry. So basically, seems self-explanatory because we are all human and we all possess that kind of should I call it a temptation? We all have to handle our management of anger. But in this week's episode, we have a sector called the Street Bulletin, where we interact with a personality, about different dance issues all over the world. And we hope that you get to enjoy it. We hope that you learn from it, and we hope that you love it. Endeavor to give us your feedback, and yeah. Right about now, let's just go straight and meet our personality of the week. Okay guys, so our personality of the week. Woo! Anyway, I won't spoil, but first of all, who are you? Who are you in this world?
Okay, hi. How are you?
I'm okay.
Well, great.
I'm okay.
So I am SONIE, aka Muchalawa Rashford, the one and only. You all know me, right?
Yeah, the one who played in the semi-final.
Stop! Come on.
Okay, Muchalawa Rashford.
Yes.
I see.
Yeah.
And who did some good charity out there for people and help them, right?
Yes.
Okay. So anyway, anything else
that you would like to know?
Yeah, about you that people would like to know about?
That they don't know or that they already know? Some already know.
Yeah.
Well, I'm a dancer. I'm still a student, but right now we are still at home, obviously. God, I don't know when I'll finish. Anyway, so yes, I'm a dancer, a passionate one. I love soccer, like I said. I love watching it. I love getting involved in arguments about soccer, mostly with you. Anyway, so Manchester United all the way, guys.
Now when the FA Cup final.
One match, just one. You've been dry in the trophy cabinet.
Excuse me.
That's
not even
wow.
14.
Move at it.
14 trophies.
We shall talk when you reach the Champions League. We shall talk when you...
Anyway.
Yeah.
We shall continue our argument.
You see?
Elsewhere.
Right now it's not a good time.
Anyway.
We'll spend the whole day on it.
Yeah, we shall. Let's talk about anger management and self-discipline. Yeah?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
As some already know, self-discipline is the ability to do what you know you should be doing.
Yes.
It's basically discipline to actually do the right thing. Being righteous, I believe.
And
Anger management is basically controlling your feelings or your emotions, but that's to me. How would you define anger management?
it's self-explanatory to me. Anger management, you have to find a way how to control those feelings, like you said. Yes.
But have you had like a scenario where you feel you're angry, not really anywhere else in the world, whether it was school or it was at home, have you had a scenario?
Oh, definitely. I'm human, so I've had a couple of those moments.
Would you like to share just one?
Just one. Let me pick the least embarrassing. Okay, let me just pick any.
Your choice.
So, I am going to put it in my dance, career. Well, as a dancer, everything is not going to be smooth.
Of course.
Things are going to be hard.
Things happen.
Exactly. So, when you're putting yourself out there for everyone is going to judge you. There are those who come and love you, support you. And then there are those who come and just try so hard to pull you down. I do my best not to get,
angry.
Exactly. But
they get to you now.
Exactly. And then sometimes I just, retaliate. I say some mean things. Like there's this one time on my Twitter, someone, was so mean to me, and I'd had it up to like here. I was in a very bad place that time, so I really went out and I insulted the person, and I don't normally do that because I'm a very sweet person. Okay, I shouldn't be blowing my own horn, but
you're really sweet. You're amazingly sweet.
I like being with people. I like socializing. I like making friends. So when you come at me like that, when I've not really come at you, and you really say some very bad things, I'm going to retaliate. Yes, so I retaliated, and after thinking about it, I saw like I should have just ignored it instead of insulting the person, because I'm damaging my own image by getting involved with that person. So I learned, like they say, there is this scenario. Or let me use an example of a Coca-Cola drink. When you shake a Coca-Cola drink like very hard, then you open it there and then it's going to exactly
all over the place.
So that is like if someone has annoyed you and then you decide to jump on that issue right there and then, you're going to say some things you're going to regret. But then if you shake that bottle and then you leave it for some time, then maybe you come back and open it later, it's not going to that's the same thing. So you just leave that issue, you first ignore it maybe.
What an example.
And then eventually you become about it. You think, what should I do about this thing? Ignore the person, or maybe exactly like that. That's what I normally do.
So you manage it.
I manage it, yes.
How? Like the gist of how you would manage it, like how would you do it?
Okay, so there is this thing. I normally go to my good place whenever I'm happy, sad, depressed, angry. So I get to that good place, and that good place of mine is normally dance. I dance it off. I go and maybe I think about choreography, think about a song, and I put my anger into that instead of thinking about.
Also, ice cream is a good place.
I know it is. I know. I love eating too. Ice cream.
So it's like a getaway, like how someone would have a gym as a getaway. That's okay. When I'm pissed,
perfect,
I'll go to the gym and put all those feelings, that intention in my gym time. Exactly.
Everyone has their own place they go to. Mine might be dance, another person it could be sport, another one gym, like you said, another one singing. So it's just subjective, you don't have to have the same thing.
All right. Okay, in the same context, about self-discipline, do you think that the entertainment sector is quite informal? It's informal at all. Do you think people are disciplined? Like, give us a percentage of maybe 60% are disciplined and there is a 40 that aren't.
In what terms?
In terms of working with them, like the different people you've worked with. Do you think? So, what do you think?
There is something I've noticed in this, in entertainment industry. Okay, amongst the dancers or maybe even other people like the musicians or what.
Makeup artists.
Yeah, exactly. When you are getting involved with an intellectual or a smart person, a person who's been to school, that person is not going to think the same way as one who hasn't been to school or one who, exactly. So
basically
education is very good, by the way. Let me tell you something. Don't think that it doesn't come in hand. Education comes in. Some people at this point, people are saying, it's hard out there to get a job, but at least get those papers, yes,
get
and then
the skills.
Exactly, and then you go out and do the other thing. But imagine someone who stopped in maybe I don't know which class. Exactly, and then you go out into the industry. You can't even do the same thing as an intellectual, like conversation wise. If you're maybe coming up with ideas and then this person brings in a certain
social
thing,
skills,
exactly, but you don't have them. So I think personally we should try, because I've worked with very many people, very many different dancers. Also, I want to say something, but I don't know if I should say it.
Please feel free.
Well, you
Please.
see, dancers, there is this thing where there are levels in this dance thing. There are those dancers who are a brand, who know themselves and who know what they want. They have their priorities and their directions, everything. And
Dreams.
then, exactly. And then there are those dancers who really are just there and they're like, let me go with the flow.
Whatever happens.
Exactly, and I want the exposure or something like that. So when it comes to terms of payment and stuff like that, that learned dancer, that educated dancer is going to know that this is not my worth. I want this, I want that. But then there is that other one who is like, you know what? Let me just do. Let me just do.
Wow.
Even so, by that dancer doing that, they are pulling down other dancers. Every other, producer, artist will think all the dancers are the same.
Yet it's different.
It's different. So that's why I want.
So it's safe to say that they can kill the image of other dancers.
Exactly.
Who would do the right thing.
The right thing. Who are looking at something that's bigger than just. They are like thinking out of the box. They have a dream.
Right. How would you advise, like, for people to become better or to avoid that gap of the dancers who have direction and the others who don't, maybe to get it, and for everyone to be in line with one actual goal? Like, how would you advise them to better themselves and for betterment of the industry?
Okay, so for starters, yes, not everything will turn out like right. Even if you try, you cannot change the whole world,
but you can try.
You can just try.
Yeah, you can change everything.
So this is why I advise people, school is very important. That is how I stick to it. School is very important. So try so hard. At least if you don't have the resources, try and get something that is within.
Wait, which one was your spoon?
I have no idea, but I think it's the purple one. Yeah, purple is my favorite color. No, it's black. Oh wow, it's black. I'm dark skin. I love black.
Black is beauty.
Right.
Black is king.
Exactly.
Okay, let's go.
So back to that. I advise if you cannot.
Because of course there are people who cannot afford the resources.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
What would they do?
Let them try so hard to try, find a way how to learn from maybe others who can help them.
Yeah.
For example, me, I would love to help anyone who needed my help, for anything that I'm good at and they are not good at. We need to help each other. We rise by rising others.
I see.
What?
Has it come to this?
Why are you so mesmerized?
We rise by doing what?
By rising others.
Okay.
You lift someone up, both of you. So this is all.
The teamwork makes the dream work, right?
Exactly. Teamwork, and there is no I in team. You know that, right?
Yeah, straight. Absolutely.
There is no I. You cannot do something on your own, by yourself. You have to. That's why we need friends here and there. So those friends who at least have it should help you get there. That is where I feel like
That's amazing, and tips for success, and how can
Oh wow.
And even better, perhaps.
Okay, yeah. So, like I said before, I cannot blow my own horn.
Mhm,
Someone has to blow my trumpet for
yeah.
me. But right now, I would like to say, if you have your mind set on something, follow that dream. Make sure you are disciplined enough not to look down on others. You know, a disciplined person is far much better than a person who knows it all. Because who behaves in a way that,
Humility.
you know. Exactly. So I would pick a person who is disciplined over one who might be the most talented, maybe.
Yeah.
Because a disciplined person could learn and listen to me. But then the other one, if you're not disciplined but you're talented still, that's not it for me. So make sure that you are disciplined, you know, be able to be on the same page with other people. Don't think it's only you in this world, because we need each other.
Each other.
Also, you know, you're going to have ups and downs in this life, in this thing called life.
Yeah, absolutely.
Make sure once you're beaten, don't remain down there. Make sure you
Pick
come back
yourself
up,
up.
yes, and go harder.
Come back harder.
Harder, like the way Manchester United came in harder, number 3. What? We ended up in top 3. You see how I always bring in Manchester United?
It's okay. It's okay.
Yes.
I mean, let's see what you go
Yeah.
to do in Champions League.
Also, we're going to do great.
Hope
so-
we meet like Bayern, but it's okay.
Did you see what we did to PSG last time? We can. Oh, so
Bayern, not PSG.
No, but Bayern is to Chelsea, so we're going to this time. Anyway, so
Okay. First of all, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for having, creating time to join us.
Thank you for the
and
invite.
blessing me with this dance chat. Street Bulletin. It's been amazing. Stay blessed.
I know. I'm a blessed child. I'm a child of God.
Stay blessed.
Above all,
We
God.
love you. I love you. Welcome back, guys, from the Street Bulletin. Hope that lady right there, SONIE IC, gave an enlightenment upon different issues that we wanted to talk about. Yeah. So basically, going straight to our topic of this week, benefits of anger management and self-discipline. Before we go any further, I would like to introduce what anger is. According to my research, anger refers to a feeling of frustration from something the subject feels is important, or something you're so passionate about. You get anything that, if you're so passionate about dance and something frustrates you, you become angry. And managing it is like a psychotherapy that you need to undergo, like anger prevention, control, and all that. So today we are talking about that psychotherapy. What helps you? You get all those benefits of what? Anger management. So as we go further, before we go so deep into it, their anger is not totally bad. According to my research, anger has some benefits. Yes.
For those who understand English, okwenyi is
So according to my research, it has some benefits that I'm going to just run through very quickly. Anger promotes survival. If you use anger well, you can survive through hard situations, hard times. When you have anger and use it in the right way, discharging it helps you calm down. For example, if you're a dancer, you discharge the anger through your art, use it positively. Then it provides a sense of control. You understand? For some people, it provides a sense of control. These are positive ways of using anger, people. Positive ways.
Yeah.
You understand? Then it energizes us. You know, have you ever gone like on stage and you know something bad happens to you and you know you're like Batu Jose, Katubalage. You get someone undermines you before going on stage. I know what Cedric, I know what Cedric nanyiga naingira muderi. You understand? So anger, if used positively, can have some positive benefits. But then we are going to talk about the negative side
when we enter into this negative side, the disadvantages: headache, digestion problems, depression, high blood pressure, skin problems, by the way, eczema. Those who have eczema, anger. Byemulabako. Signs. Those, your skin is changing. What? You understand? Heart attack. You're very young, but you're getting heart attacks because you're always angry that Dennis is succeeding somewhere. Guys, musareko pressure. So those negative those negative things that are caused by anger are what we are going to dive in. You understand? We're going to talk about when you manage anger, when you control it, what are the positive effects? What you get? All those positive things that come through from managing that anger. You understand? So my brothers here are going to break it down for you. I'm going to go back to Dennis and old Cedric. One of them, the one who's more ready, will jump straight right into it, and we dive into the benefits of anger management. So I'm going to start off with self-discipline, which is the ability to do what you should be doing. You know, the ability to do what you should be doing. You know you have to be doing something, but then somehow you're doing other things. So this is what we're trying to tell you, that yes.
Just for people who don't understand English.
Yeah. Anyway, and anger management is the ability to control your emotions or your feelings. Yeah, in a simple form. Ability to control your emotions, all those things you feel within you. I was on fire. Like, there's no fire on you, but you're telling people that you had fire. You get it? So, self-discipline will help you to, first of all, discover your personal weaknesses, because without the discoverance of your weaknesses, you won't be able to curb them, you know. So you need to discover the things that you're weak at. If you know you sleep a lot, you need to put a measure that will help you to curb such a problem or such a challenge. You know, so many people have this problem of sleeping, like,
Yeah, one of them.
but you know, there are always solutions for these challenges, you know. Then we have a problem of another benefit of self-discipline is it helps you to stick to your decisions, the decisions that you have in your mind. Or maybe I would say that it helps you to maintain your principles. If you set principles and you need to maintain them, self-discipline will help you to do that. For example, if it's raining cats and dogs, but you know that you have to go for perhaps a dance rehearsal or maybe a dance performance or anything else, but you know you have to do it that day, the rain cannot stop you from what you set out to do in that day. So you have to be very, very careful. You have to be very critical and also very principled in that sense. Then self-discipline helps you to stay focused on your goals. We all know that we set out plans and goals in order to achieve our goal, our dreams rather. So this discipline will help us to avoid unnecessary problems. You know, it will help us to control ourselves. It will help us to have direction. You feel me? So you need to be quite careful in that field. Ladies and gentlemen, discipline is the key to success. It's true what they say. So be very keen about it. Then let me talk about anger management. Now, the benefits of anger management, first of all, they will help you to maintain your integrity, and they help you to maintain your integrity and respect. Those two are key in your life. So you can't be losing these things because you lost your temper, and your feelings are all over the place, your emotions are all over the place. Integrity is key, respect is key. Then of course it avoids the creation of enemies and different grudges from other people. So you need to be very, very careful with your emotions. Apparently we don't all have the same temper levels. So some people are short-tempered, others are hot-tempered. But at the end of the day, what really matters is controlling this vice or this intuition that we have within us. Then my very last anger management grows your humility, and we all know that humility is key to the elevation in the entertainment industry. So remain humble, remain focused, follow your goals, follow your dreams, and endeavor to be disciplined about them, as well as send in the anger way. You can't be getting annoyed or pissed or angry at people. You can get angry, but you can control it. Yeah, that's about it for me. So I'm going to ask Dennis to tell us a few points about anger management and self-discipline.
So as I said earlier, for small direct translation for those who understand Uganda best, anger management is controlling your emotions. Yeah. Oh, so if you find people who have anger management issues, those are people who you see, Cedric touched my shirt and I punched him. And you're like, yo, he just touched your shirt. The guy tells you, Deco. Those are the people.
A cable.
The white wire got torn. Kuwera cylinder. Those guys. You people, anger management is key. These are the things that make us dancers be considered ratchet. We are violent. We are violent. Someone has beaten you in a battle, you say, oh no, let me wait for him at the roundabout. Murageko. Those are the things. But that aside, I'm going to start with some of the benefits of anger management. I'm not going to go into description. Yeah. Cedric gave you guys a proper description of that. So one of the benefits of anger management is communication. If you're able to control your anger, you'll be able to communicate all the things you want properly. Even when all that noise and emotions are all over the place, you'll be able to communicate. You'll be able to see the important things in all the rubbish that is moving around. You will see the important things and know that, okay, this is what I want. But if you let your anger get the best of you, that is it. And there are people who just like, testing. These days it's like a test. Let me see what he does when he's angry. Yeah?
Provoking.
Such people. Yeah?
Provoking.
First of all, you people who do those things, please let us be. We are also human. Yeah? Then, secondly, better health. David mentioned this earlier. I won't go into details. Even this last, especially in fact this one, let me even first park and we talk properly, just for like 5 minutes. So, frustration helps you do things better when you direct your anger towards something productive. Most people, when they get angry, they want to fight. But for you, when you get angry, why don't you sit down and develop an app or something, or create a routine based on anger? You'll be shocked what moves you do. Also, it helps you. Anger management helps you fight getting those addictive escapades. In that, for you, whenever you get angry, you go and steal someone's bag.
You become evil.
You become evil. So anger management helps you. Your bad side comes to life.
You give it life.
So
Not that it comes to life. You give it life.
Those things cannot be avoided by anger management. Now I'm going to give people like 3 ways to keep your anger in check. So that you don't say we only talked about bad things, we didn't give you solutions. So, one is change your environment. This one helps a lot. If someone pissed you off in a supermarket, please just walk away and find somewhere calm, and you settle your mind. Other than remaining there looking at the person will say, "Nkwatako, touch me." What? No, change your environment. It will save you. Second is using humor. Using humor helps a lot. Some people, when someone can piss you off, they can say something very personal. And then you're like, now, this one, I need to cut off their head. And those are the thoughts in your head. But just make a joke.
Be sarcastic.
Be sarcastic. Put there a joke. It will slide. Trust me. Sarcasm. It will slide. The other one is cognitive restructuring, which means it's important to change your way of thinking. So, what it means is if someone has triggered your anger, change your thinking. Don't allow the anger to take the best side of you. Try and look for a way out. Tell your mind, I'm better than this. That is where the strength will start from, and it will generate everything. Then, self-discipline. Again, I won't go into the definition. Cedric gave it for you.
Doing what you know you should be doing.
First thing I'm going to tell you is self-discipline is like the second in line after motivation. The days when you don't have motivation, you need a lot of self-discipline to help you achieve all your goals. You don't note that down. When you're there and you feel you're lazy, then you see your boss texting you and telling you, "Wait, you're late for work." Or why lie? Then you just those are the days you have to rely on self-discipline. You tell yourself, but really, this is what I need to do if I want to be in this position in the next this. So some of the small benefits of self-discipline is it establishes inner strength and character. The best example of this is sleep for me. When they tell you to wake up early in the morning and you're a heavy sleeper like I am, there is a special battle you fight with the alarm and the bed.
It's special.
That is what they call self-discipline.
7 alarms.
It builds your inner strength and your character. I won't go further. Self-discipline.
Self-drive.
The second thing, it enables you to withstand temptations.
Like which ones?
In all fields, be it you know the human body
These are temptations.
Loves so many different things basing on how they present themselves. So let's say if you're being tempted by
to do it.
Let's say sleep. Sleep is a better example. Other examples will have things attached, but sleep. So let's say you have to complete a certain project, but you're dying of sleep. Self-discipline is going to be that inner thing telling you, Dennis,
stand and go get coffee.
First finish the routine and then you sleep at once. Or go and get that coffee, come back, finish the project. You will rest when it's time to rest. That is self-discipline. Then the last one is self-discipline makes it more difficult to be offended. People who are self-disciplined are calm. They are they're focused on what they want. So if you go to someone who is self-disciplined, and let's say you want to piss them off, it's going to take, you have to rehearse your things properly.
So
yeah?
hard.
It's so hard. You're going to come and tell that person, but look at your head. Why are you like this? Hey. And that person is going to sit there and look at you.
Insult them.
You insult them. You look for all angles. But they'll just be calm.
Or they'll laugh at you.
Yeah, they can also laugh at you if at all you have no valid reason for. You know, that people judge your intellect. When the person is self-disciplined, they see, okay, this person is insulting me. How have I reduced their value with what I've done? I haven't. How can I do this? You know, these are people who are looking for problem solving instead of sitting there and crying. Yeah. Let me give you an example on that one. It's a way of using self-discipline to your advantage. Whenever you get into a problem, please do not cry. Think of a solution. Think of a solution very fast. Don't be there and say, it's like when you get lost on stage, for example. We are human, yes, we make errors. But don't be there and say, yeah, guys, I've left. So what are we doing next? you also stop Cedric. Stop. Wait. No, let's repeat. Please.
Mistakes are normal.
They're normal. But think of a way forward. Think of solutions, you know? So those are the few points I have for you. If you have others, please leave them in the comments. People are reading the comment section. It will help a lot of people. Plus, be self-disciplined. It helps you with a lot of things. You'll be professional, you know, etiquette. Yeah. Those small things that mean a lot. That aside, we are going to another sect in the dance drive. You know, you won't be able to predict all the good things we have for you, so you're going to just receive them head on. Yeah. So we have a sect called Hall of Fame.
Hall of Famer.
Yeah, now this sect is meant to celebrate and recognize dance artists, performers, and personalities that are doing amazing craft in the industry for everyone, be it not only in Uganda, across
all over the world.
Yeah, all over the world. So for this week, we have one amazing.
Hi guys, how are you doing? I'm CRUSHA BORNZ, CEO KRUMP UG, fitness trainer and coach person. So about KRUMP, it's a dance-based company that deals in KRUMP mainly, but now we introduced our clothing brand. It's putting on one of the t-shirts that we make, and now we went into fitness too. So it's all-round fitness, dance, and then a clothing brand. It's a KRUMP UG. You can follow us on any social media platform. Just put in KRUMP UG, you'll get us. Be it Google or any social media you want. And also our website, www.krumpug.com. You can go there, you can check out our things, you can buy from there, you can use mobile money, you can use Visa card or anything, and we shall have our product on your doorstep. So about my dance biography, well, I started dancing when I was in high school. Remember, that's S1, that's Form 1, way back when I was around 16. It wasn't so serious until I went to high school. Here in high school, that's Form 5, Form 6. That's when I took it more serious, and I met a couple of friends like Ivan. I met Nathan, I met H2C, the DJ now, and we did a group, and that's how it was more serious. And after my high school in VAC, that's around 2010, 11, I formed the dance group called KRUMP UG. Actually, it was a dance group, and then I changed it into a movement, and then after to a company. So that's how I started dancing. But but I was around 16 years old, I think, yeah. But being serious started around 21. 21, that's when I started being more serious with dance. And I'm majorly based in crump. That's my specialty. I do other style of dances, but hip hop, but majorly I'm a crumper. So that's my biography about dance. Well, so those who don't know Krump UG yet, first of all, I'm gonna tell you just go to YouTube. If it's your first time to know about Krump UG, oh my god, just go to YouTube, put in Krump UG, you're going to see a lot of things. You're going to be out, you're going to see our dance show, you're going to see our events, our battles, you're going to see our clothings, you're going to see our music too, and you're going to see so many things, man, so many things. You're going to see you're going to see so many things there. So it's really a blessing that we're in this new world where like everything is being documented and uploaded in one cloud where you can check it out. So for those who have never seen us, for those who have seen us before, that's great, man. It's cool. How would I love to see the dance industry improve? Well, first of all, what you have to know is that given the fact that we are from a third world country, that's a little bit harder, but nevertheless, I don't lie with excuses. I never put excuses in front of me when I'm doing something, or even when you're doing something, never put excuses in front of you. Well, first of all, if you're a dancer, because I want to address like a dancer generally, I don't forget. If you're a dancer at home there watching this right now, what you should know first of all is you have to know who you are, what are your advantages, what are you good at best, and then you must, for example, no one has ever taught me how to crump, how to dance. I self-taught everything from the beginning. Like I used YouTube to learn how to crump up to today that I'm teaching other people. So given the fact that no one was teaching crump, I didn't take it as an excuse to wait for someone to do that. So never do excuses. Never allow excuses to limit what you're supposed to do. And where dance really needs to be improved. Because now we're in this, this modern generation, you really have to think of commercializing your art. It's very, very important. They say passion is good, yeah, because passion is always the best, but you really have to find a way of commercializing, your art. It's very important. That's why it's going to keep you moving. That's why it's going to elevate you to the next level. For example, if you're a dancer and you have a specific type of art, first of all, you have to go to, open up like a page, use social media. It's very important. Put your work out up there. That's enough improvement for you, from your living room to the world out there. That's the first thing. Put your work there and try to connect to people that you know who are better than you on certain things. If you know someone is good, try to DM them and then tell them, you know what, this is this. You should send them a video. I would love to work with you, and then you say, you talk to different people. Probably join classes too and everything. Join their classes, right? Try to be interactive. Move there and there. Don't be in one place since you want to improve. So if I go back to generalizing the dance, how it's supposed to improve. First of all, you need to, there has to be a board. I don't know, ask the dancers who are supposed to create like a board, like something that governs, that supports. Well, first of all, I already did that. Congratulations to me. I already did that. I did a clothing brand that was dance-based. If you go and search on everything of ours, it's a dance-based clothing brand. Krump UG. It's a brand, it's a dance, but it's dance-based. First of all, I did a board of a clothing that dancers are supposed to use to express themselves. You get, so that's enough platform. Like for example, how am I supposed to improve the dance industry? Because I imagine, that's what I was saying, you need to commercialize your art. Like when a dancer comes and buys something from us, it's going to be on a discount. So some things with dancers do. So if it's a discount, that means when they buy any art they do, where I, Krump UG, I'm supposed to share, give them more more audience from us, you know, regardless of which style they are dancing, you know what I'm saying? But it's because I'm trying to show that if it's a dance, that means we also have our own thing, our own clothing line, our own this. So that's like, I can say that's like that's how I have managed to try to improve dance through commercializing. So that's what, you know what I'm saying, through commercializing. And another thing, dancers should try they should try to do collabs, right? Like collaborations. It's very important to do collaboration with other people, be it artists, be it painters, be it man, you just have to see who is on now. It's very important. These days you have to know who is on now and try to do collaboration with them, because it's very important. It will uplift. For example, if you know that comedy, people watch a lot of comedy, try to go and work with comedians. If you know people watch a lot of this, then try to go that. But I'm sure it will know, there's a way it will put the dance industry to another level, because you also need that audience. Well, anger management and discipline. First of all, there's nothing that is ever gonna succeed if there's no discipline. And discipline comes with a lot of things. Because if you discipline, that means you be professional. If you discipline, that means you people like you, people trust you, and people work with you a lot. So with anger always comes with when there's a lot of like disagreements between, you know, people working with and stuff like that. But what I think, first of all, you have to find a solution or a cause. What causes that? For example, if it's always good if you're going to work with people, or if you're in your industry, like for example, like us, unfortunately, I cannot do a deal with someone when I've not signed a contract or something like that. So I make sure that I verbally tell you how the contract is going to be like. If you say yes, we sign somewhere. So when you sign somewhere, that means that you're entitled to what you've signed for. So at the end of the day, when someone probably doesn't fulfill what was in the contract, then instead of, you know, getting angry, probably killing him or fighting or something like that, you can just, you know, take this to law, and you know, the law will solve everything than you creating anger. So before we go to the anger thing, just make sure that you follow the steps. Like me, I have to have a contract when I'm doing something. If I'm going to work with someone else, I have to do this and this and this, so that you avoid the thing of, you know, anger, and, you know, start like, you know, having disagreements, this. And basically, if everything is professional, try to make sure everything, like for you, like I'm saying, I'm talking at the same time as a dancer as you. If you're a dancer, you're going to do like some art, make sure that you have your own policies. Like, don't care what other people may say, just have your policies, because if you're good, people are going to follow your policies. If you're really good, so make sure you're really good in something. So if someone approaches you, you tell them, if you want to work with me, this is how I do, this is how I do, and this is how I do. So when they follow that, that's discipline. You show them discipline. So you write contracts, or you do this, or you have evidence, this and this. So by the time they're trying to mess up with you, you already know what you're supposed to do. So the anger thing won't come in. You won't argue with them, you won't do anything. You'll just take them to the law. So basically, as yourself, if you're professional in what you're doing, you find out what you're supposed to do before you enter a deal, or before you do any business with someone, that will avoid you to get angry about something. And when you get angry, you always have to talk to friends, man. Talk to friends, and that's where the board comes in. Because if you're angry, then probably you have a board, a governing board that you're going to report to, and probably for them they'll help you solve everything, if you know what I mean. So the board is very important, and the board doesn't need to have, like, you know, rich people, what, you know. You just have to find disciplined people who know what they do, people who have been in the industry, and people who can protect you. It's very important, who can protect your art, and they have the passion. So you work with them, then everything will think. The anger thing won't come if everything is for online. That's what I think.
We hope that you've learned and gotten inspired and motivated to actually chase your dreams.
I hope you see that Uganda has a lot of talent.
Yeah, quite a lot actually. A lot of talent, and you know, for more about him, you can follow him on social media. You can follow him on Instagram. You can hit him up with some messages, productive messages.
Keyword.
It's been amazing to have him on our show, The Dance Drive, and we hope that he can, do something for you. And yeah, pretty much. So we are blessed and honored to host more and more Hall of Famers, on this show. So if anyone has an opinion, you can still hit us up in our DMs, or you can give us some feedback on our YouTube channels
In the comments.
or in the comments. Stay blessed. We love you, and we hope that you handle or manage that anger and be disciplined all the way through 2020. All praise to the Most High.
Alhamdulillah.
So right about now, I guess everything good comes to an end, and we have to head out and create some more art for you. It's been amazing. It's been the Dance Drive episode 2 of season 2, and till we meet again, till next time, it's been us, H2C Dance Company. Peace.